In OZmap, you can allocate your client according to address. To do this, left-click on your client. And here, in this new window, in the Property Details option, next to the address, there is the option to search for latitude and longitude using the address. So you click here. And here on your map, you'll be able to see the current position of your address and the position where your address will be relocated to. So if that's what it is, just click Save. You can also do this on an area. To do this, you select the area you want. You can do this by holding down the Shift key. For example, my area here. So here in the Clients tab, you come here and select the clients you want. Then you go to Tools and Allocate by Address. Then, in this new window, you'll need to enter the maximum allocation distance, i.e., the maximum distance that should exist between the current position and the one found by your address. This will avoid cases where the address may be ambiguous and the position ends up being in another city, state, or country, for example, 200 meters. And there's also the possibility of assigning your customers to their respective nearest poles after allocation, i.e., the drop will be redrawn automatically. If you want to do this, just click on this option here. If you select this option, you'll need to tell the system how far away from each client it should search for poles. So, 30 meters. Just click Confirm. And these clients of yours have been relocated according to their address. If the address is ambiguous, Google may return that location in a totally different city to the one you expect. For example, this client here, 2,840. It's located at this street in Florianopolis. If I try to relocate him by area, for example, in my area here, I'll open the report. Here in the Client tab, I'll select him and two others. And I'll come here to Tools, under Allocate by Address. Here in this new window, you'll need to enter the maximum allocation distance, i.e. the maximum length that must exist between the current position and the one found by your address, which in my case will be 200 meters. Whether you want to assign the nearest pole after allocation, i.e. have the design of your drop redrawn so that it passes by the nearest pole. And if you select this option here, you'll need to enter the maximum distance for the pole search, for example, 30 meters. Then just confirm. The system will open this new page, informing you that it was not possible to carry out the operation for all clients. And the reason is that the distance from the address is above the stipulated maximum. That's why it's important to limit the maximum distance, because if there is a street with the same name in another city, Google may return in that other city, and not where you want it to, so it won't do it. Now, if I want to relocate this client of mine on my own, i.e., without it being in an area, I can come here to Property Details and Address, and click here on Search Latitude and Longitude using the address, just to show where my address would be returned. So Google's return doesn't come back as expected. In this case, it comes back with the coordinates of the street, with the same name, but in another city, as you can see here. So that's what the length information is for when you change these clients by area. You won't be asked for this information if you allocate a client on your own, because the system shows a preview of the output, as in this example here. To prevent situations like this from happening, you can add additional information to your address, such as the number and city, as in my case here. So I click here to search for latitude and longitude using the address. And this is my new address returned, with the old location and the new location. If that's right, just click Save. Now, if you don't have an API key registered in your OZmap, the system won't allow you to allocate your clients by their address. To register this API key, go to this side menu, under System Configuration. And here in the API box, under Google API Key, you add your key and click Save.